Hello, my name is Diamond. I'm a Girls Inc. National Scholar from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm excited to share with you my story later this afternoon. Right now, it is my honor to present this year's Champion for Girls Award. Every day in communities across the U.S., girls face serious challenges. We are confronted with messages that how we look matters more than who we are. We experience violations of our personal values, boundaries, and our bodies. And we are navigating our way through foster care, homelessness, and under-resourced neighborhoods and schools. Too often we are told that we can't. But what if little girls are told to never doubt that we are valuable and powerful? We beat the odds. With the support of organizations like Girls Inc. and advocates who are committed to breaking down these barriers, nothing can hold us back. Advocates like our 2017 Girls Inc. Champion for Girls Award recipient, the Honorable Hillary Rodham Clinton. Ms. Clinton has dedicated her life to fighting for women and girls. Right out of law school, she became a voice for women and children issues. As First Lady, Senator from New York, and Secretary of State, Ms. Clinton has pushed for equal access to education, pay care, child care, health care, and programs to prevent and respond to gender-based violence. And she told the world more than 20 years ago what she continues to stand up for, that human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights. Ms. Clinton is a true advocate and a history maker. She was the first female senator from New York, and last July, she became the first woman in history to represent a major party in a U.S. presidential election. Ms. Clinton, you are a strong, smart, and bold role model for girls everywhere. Thank you for your passion, determination, words of inspiration, and commitment to ensuring girls like me have every opportunity to be very healthy and safe in this world and pursue and achieve our goals, no matter what they may be and at the highest level. Everyone, please join me in welcoming this year's Champion for Girls Award recipient, the Honorable Hillary Rodham Clinton.
It is a great treat for me to be here and part of this record-breaking fundraising luncheon for Girls Inc. I want to thank Diamond for her introduction. I had the chance to meet Diamond and the other national scholars, Anna, Corinna, Emily, Mary Carmen, backstage earlier. They come from different backgrounds. They have different experiences. Each has faced her own challenges, but as you saw with Diamond just now, they are ready to go into the future with confidence and optimism, and in no small measure due to their experience with Girls Inc. Now, I have had the great opportunity over the years to meet with a number of people whose lives were changed by Girls Inc. Not just the girls, the young women they became, and their families, but the supporters and leaders like yourselves who find passion and purpose through this organization. I want to thank Judy Vredenberg and the entire staff of Girls Inc., certainly here in New York at its headquarters and throughout our country at the 82 locations that you run. There are so many remarkable leaders who have made Girls Inc. one of their highest priorities. I think of Warren Buffett and his wonderful daughter, Susie, who has become a great friend of mine. Their enthusiasm is contagious, and Bill and Chelsea and I have visited the Girls Inc. chapter at their invitation in Omaha. And the theme of this luncheon could not be more appropriate. With you in her corner, she will succeed. And I think it's fair to say each of us is here today because we had somebody in our corner when it counted. Somebody who believed in us, helped us, someone who convinced us we had something of value to give to the world. Therefore, we have the privilege and the obligation to do the same for the next generation. 20 years ago, before this year's Girls Inc. scholars were even born, I wrote a book called It Takes a Village. And in it, I argued no child should have to navigate the world alone. Every child needs a champion, someone to root them on, pick them up, offer love, guidance, and discipline, give them strength and encouragement along life's way. In fact, I really believe that we all have a role to play in helping every child live up to his or her God-given potential. And for many girls, many young women, Girls Inc. is that village, nurturing them, supporting them with what Judy calls the magic combination of trained professionals, an affirming environment, programming that opens minds and enriches lives. With your help, generations of girls have become resilient in the face of setbacks and gone on to succeed in their own lives and, in turn, inspire others. That is the principle at the heart of the quiet, transformational work you do every day. Now, the truth is, life hands all of us setbacks. Now, we know that. And if you've lived long enough, you've experienced them, haven't you? Now, I've had my ups and my downs. In the last months, I've done my share of sleeping, little soul searching and reflecting, long walks in the woods. And in those moments, I am thankful for my own village, my community of family and friends who have supported and encouraged me. And I've also been buoyed by the love and support that I've received from the young women I have mentored over my lifetime. They inspire me every day. My village has taught me, as one Girls Inc. scholar said beautifully, it's okay to be okay sometimes. Everybody gets knocked down. What matters is that you get back up and keep going. One of my favorite phrases that I came across in a hard time in my own life was to practice the discipline of gratitude. Now, it is easy to be grateful when things are going our way, but to be grateful, to exercise the mental discipline to be grateful in the face of setbacks, I have found, is one of the great experiences that give you that resilience and the opportunity to see your life, to see your community and the world much more broadly, and to keep going. The inner strength, even the stubbornness to keep showing up every day, to refuse to quit or give up in the face of any setback. Now, sometimes the road to progress can feel like it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, particularly when it comes to advancing the rights, opportunities, and full participation of women and girls. It can seem discouraging, whether you've been on that road for a long time or you're just starting out. But think how different the world would be today if the people who came before us had not just gotten discouraged, but because of that, had given up. You know, when I was growing up, there were scholarships I couldn't apply for, schools that I was not welcome at, just because I was a girl. Some of us here may even remember half-court basketball. I see I've got some contemporaries, but for everyone else, let me tell you, I played basketball. Hard to believe. I played basketball in high school. We didn't have it interscholastic. It was just, but I went to a huge high school, 5,000 people, so there was a lot of competition. And we had to stop at half court. You could not cross the center line. The prevailing wisdom was that running up and down a full court would be dangerous for girls' hearts. Now we have professional women's teams and so much else. And because of the trailblazing leaders, many of whom are in this room, we've come a long way since. Thanks to Title IX, girls not only play on the full court, they have more opportunities than ever to excel in sports and in class. And we know the results. Athletes and artists and scientists and entrepreneurs, leaders in every field. But our work is far from over. In big ways and small, the unfinished business of the 21st century is the full equality of women. And there are still too few women in the upper reaches of the private sector, academia, science, technology, not to mention politics and government. And we've all heard the saying, haven't we, that you can't be what you can't see. So each of us should take it upon ourselves to do all we can to help more girls and young women see themselves at the highest reaches of every field. And we need to do more to shine a light on women who have contributed to our country, but whose stories have gone untold. The movie Hidden Figures is a great place to start. Now, we all want our daughters and our granddaughters to dream big and be bold, but too often, starting at such a young age, they hear messages. They aren't good enough, deserving enough, smart enough. I recently read about a research study which found that by the age of 6, little girls start thinking they're not as smart as little boys. Think about that, the age of 6. The chorus of naysayers starts early, and that means we must too. We have to form our own chorus, twice as loud, convincing our friends, our colleagues, ourselves that women are both smart enough and good enough to be considered for anything they choose to pursue. And here at Girls Inc., you see that every day. Many of the girls who come into this program endure heartbreaking circumstances every day: poverty, fear, abandonment, discrimination, abuse. Too many live with the threat of violence in their communities, their families, their relationships, or they face bullying at school. Too many girls are afraid of someone or something. They need us in their corners. They are counting on us to be their champions. So we need to send a message to every girl that she is valuable, powerful, and deserving of every chance and opportunity to pursue and achieve her own dreams. If we are serious about building a better, stronger, fairer America, we need to be serious about supporting and nurturing our girls. Our country can only fulfill its potential when every single child, particularly every girl, can fulfill hers. So we have to keep fighting. We have to remain stubborn. We have to look for ways to mentor and support. And we have to understand that despite setbacks and stumbles on our long march to full equality, everywhere I look, there are signs of hope. Just think of the march that galvanized the world. Think of the hard-hitting news on the glossy pages of Teen Vogue right across from makeup tips. Because you know what? Girls can and do care about both. I think about all the little girls that I have met. One of the great gifts of public life for me, going back many decades now, has been the opportunity I've had to hear the stories from so many people of all ages, all backgrounds. And I have heard the stories of so many girls and young women. And it's both thrilling and daunting for me to meet some of these young women who are facing challenges and overcoming obstacles that I can only dream of. Let us hope there is a wave of young women running for office in America. And let's be sure we support them in every way we can. Let's help them shatter stereotypes and lift each other up. They are the history makers, the glass ceiling breakers of tomorrow. They are among the reasons I am so optimistic about our future. So as you meet the scholars, as you met Diamond introducing me, think about the literally millions of girls and young women who deserve our support and our help, our encouragement, our mentoring, and using Girls Inc. as a great example of how best to do that. So when that young girl walks into her first Girls Inc. encounter, she'll receive encouragement and at times tough love to learn how to tap into her own inner strength. She'll meet role models and make friends and discover the champions that every child deserves to have. And remember, this is not just a slogan for a luncheon. With you in her corner, she will succeed. May it be ever so for countless more girls to come. Thank you all very much.